Well, welcome to the Improvisation Clown Lab. In this, we're going to be exploring creativity through play, games, and just having fun. In the sort of very restricted world we live in, it's sometimes impossible to think beyond what we know. Our hope is at the end of these 5 weeks you allow your intuitive mind to inform you. This week we looked at one particular saying by Picasso, which was that if you know exactly what you're going to do, what's the point of doing it? So using various games we explored this thought. So, one of the first things we did was to warm up our bodies. To do this, find a piece of music that reminds you of the World Cup. We chose Pitbull's World Cup anthem, and without thinking, just warm your body up as if you were about to go out to play at the final of the World Cup. How would you warm up your legs? How would you warm up your arms? How would you warm up your head, neck? Just work through it. Don't think too much, just try to follow the impulse that you feel with the music. The next we found a piece of music that suggested basketball. In our case we use Sweet Georgia Brown, which is used by the Harlem Globetrotters. Do the same thing. How would they warm up? Practicing shooting, bouncing a ball. And then finally a dance. So we put on a bit of Swan Lake and we all did some classical dance. Each time we did the action we tried to start with it, then add a boost to it, and then every now and then to look at the camera, in your case the computer screen or the phone, and register that you're looking at that, because that's like your audience point. So try and give that a go today. The next thing we did was to warm up our voices. To warm up the voice, we literally imagined that we were dribbling a ball from the back of a pitch down past some of the greatest players of the world and scored a goal. While doing it, we also commentated on our actions. So, an example, Jane manages to get the ball past Messi, dribbles it, turns left, keeps going, nearly gets to the edge, keeps the ball on the pitch, building and building and building and building in the same way as a commentator does, getting closer to the goal and then finally ending with a goal. It's wonderful because you have to do it physically and you have to do it verbally. We then used exactly the same sort of technique, the commentator commentating on something, but we did it doing a domestic action like cooking. So, baking a cake, breaking eggs, beating and putting it in the oven, and then the cake. So if you would like to try that, that would be wonderful. This week we also asked people to bring a couple of items, a pan lid and a spoon. We played first a little game of This Is Not A. Now this is not is something you can do at home. When dinner gets boring, bring out a spoon and say, this is not a spoon, it's a whatever you think it is. So it's a moustache, it's a telephone, it's a hat, it's a baby, it's a stick, whatever you feel like it could be, passing it around, never repeating. So we all did that with one of these. Then we decided that we were in a space station or in a spacecraft, very current because of the recent launch of Elon Musk's rocket. And from there we described how things had changed since the last rocket went up and the new technology. And we used these to say what the new technology was. Now this is the way you communicate. You put this on your head and you don't have to speak. People know what you're talking about. Or this is a shield against alien invasion. Whatever you want. Give it a go. And if you'd like to video them, send them on. We'd love to see them.